Tightrope is a gritty, atmospheric crime thriller from 1984 that really stands out in Clint Eastwood's filmography. Not only does he star in it, he also produced it. And most people say he basically directed it too, even though Richard Tuggle gets the official credit. Set in the shadowy, steamy streets of New Orleans, the movie isn't just about catching a killer. It goes deep into the mind of a flawed cop who's struggling with his own demons. The story follows Wes Block, Eastwood, a divorced homicide detective raising 2 young daughters on his own. His day job? Chasing down a serial killer who's targeting sex workers in the French Quarter. But the case gets personal, fast. The murderer starts leaving clues that connect directly to Block, even killing women he's been with. As Block investigates, it turns out his own life isn't so different from the killer's. Things heat up when Block meets Beryl Thibodeau, played by Genevieve Bujold, a sharp, no-nonsense counselor who helps sexual assault victims. She doesn't put up with Block's games and forces him to face some uncomfortable truths about himself. Without spoiling too much, but hey, you asked, the killer turns out to be an ex-cop with his own issues, and things get intense when he goes after Block's family and Beryl. It all builds to a suspenseful showdown that really tests Block's limits. The whole film's about walking that line, the tightrope, between confronting your darkness and keeping it bottled up. The cast does some great work. Eastwood's way more layered here than his rough and tumble Dirty Harry days. Still tough, but wounded and real. Genevieve Bujold matches him scene for scene, giving the story some welcome empathy and brains. And Eastwood's real-life daughter Alison shows up, playing Block's oldest kid. On the production side, they filmed on location all around New Orleans, from the French Quarter to local breweries, giving the movie a sweaty, authentic vibe. When it hit theaters, Tightrope was a hit. Opened at number 1 and pulled in about $48 million in the US. Critics liked it too. Roger Ebert and others praised the way it goes beyond typical cop formula, digging into what makes Block tick and serving up a truly dangerous atmosphere. Some called it one of Eastwood's most underrated movies of the 80s because it's so much darker and more introspective than his usual fare. What really makes Tightrope memorable is the way it blurs lines. Hero and villain, desire and danger, masculinity and vulnerability. It's raw and a little explicit for its time, but never just for shock. It uses the seedy side of things to show character, not just for cheap thrills. And while Block walks through some rough stuff, his moments with his kids and dogs make him feel human. So if you're an Eastwood fan, or just want a crime thriller with real psychological depth, this one's worth seeking out. You can find Tightrope streaming or on DVD, and a quick search will bring up the trailer to give you a feel for that moody, haunting vibe. Give it a shot. Subscribe to Movies of the 80s on Substack for 80s movie history stories and reviews. Check out our companion trivia article, 10 Things to Know About Tightrope, on Movies of the 80s on Vocal. And subscribe to Movies of the 80s here on YouTube for daily 80s movie profiles.